It's so early in the morning. I need you, Mr. Coffee. And I might just dress you up with something that's supposed to make you healthy. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. It's morning, and sometimes I need a little help from Mr. Caffeine to get me going in the morning. And so I wanted to try something that is brand new. Now, this is not exactly brand new. It's from ForWellness. I've tried some of their stuff before. The good stuff here, I actually really like it. But now they have it in flavors. Cinnamon, and I actually bought this one too. It says mocha because who doesn't love mocha? Now, they actually come in a couple of different packet arrangements. This one is a powder with a little scoop in there so that you can kind of dish that out as you need it. But this one is kind of interesting because it's probably going to be your more travelable, portable good stuff. You can take this along with you. You've got a little single serve packet right there, which is pretty cool. All right. The good thing about this is that, one, it comes from one of the best golfers of all time, Phil Mickelson, who actually lost a lot of weight and got healthy using coffee and the good stuff. But it's got a lot of stuff in it that I am more familiar with now. So it has some hydrolyzed bovine collagen, cow collagen, apparently. I think that is supposed to help your joints. L-theanine. I don't know that I'm pronouncing that right, but I think it's supposed to be good for the mind. Himalayan pink salt. I'm not exactly sure what that does for you, but there's something good about it, or it tastes good. And then it's also got things like Ceylon cinnamon powder, which I know is supposed to be really good. Don't take my word on any of this. The FDA does not regulate supplements, I believe. Anecdotally, I think this stuff is supposed to be good for you. Cassia cinnamon powder, silicon dioxide, and mixed tocopherols. So you can check out on their website what they have. But I wanted to try this out and see what it tastes like because I actually liked the good stuff before. It was kind of a little bit like a creamer. It didn't really have that like delicious creamy taste. It just tasted a little bit like you added maybe a little bit of milk. It was actually pretty subtle. But what I've done here is I've gone ahead and made some of my favorite coffee, free reign coffee here, dark roast. I've got my Panda cup here, and I'm going to pour myself kind of your typical cup of coffee, and I'm doing it in a glass just so you can see what it looks like. Obviously, I would usually put this in a Panda mug, but this is about 1 cup of coffee that would get you going in the morning, and then take some of this cinnamon good stuff and go ahead and pour it right in there. Oh, yeah. It's a very fine powder, and actually, there's more powder than I thought. You can see it kind of streaming down there. It's already starting to make my dark coffee a little lighter in color, and we will just go and give it a stir. Now, one thing I will say is that you can still add your other stuff just because this is supposed to have all the stuff that makes it delicious and nutritious, sparking the mind, helping the body, all that good stuff. Well, doesn't mean you can't cheat a little and do a little bit more. Woo! Wait, that's hot. It's going to get me going here this morning. But first thing I want to do is give it a sniff. Oh, man, that cinnamon is really coming off there. It's almost reminding me of the holidays a little bit, like a hot apple cider or something. So, dang, it smells really good. If you love the fall weather coming up here pretty soon, you're going to love this. So let's give it a little try. That is pretty good. This is still really hot, and it's kind of hard to hold a glass that's hot. But what I love about this is that 1 packet of this with, 4, 5, 6 ounces of coffee is really nice. It actually changes the flavor quite a bit. Like I said, it's a little bit like I've added a little almond milk or something like that. Not a lot. It doesn't have that heavy, creamy taste or flavor, but it just has a little bit of that cream flavor and a hint of that cinnamon. And honestly, it adds a little fruitiness to it. I'm not sure if it's that cinnamon or the Himalayan salt or whatever, but it's kind of more floral, more aromatic quality to it than just the regular coffee. It makes it feel quite a bit lighter, to be honest. I mean, sometimes you drink coffee and you feel like, oh man, this is really like high octane stuff, but man, it tastes great. And I feel better putting something like this in my coffee than just loading it up with creams and sugars, and especially the artificial sweeteners, and a squirt of some flavoring and some chocolate syrup and caramel and all the other stuff that probably makes stuff taste pretty good. But then you get basically like a melted Snickers bar in a cup. But this is really good. Man, it adds some floral, some fruit, some cinnamon, some spice to it, and makes that a really enjoyable cup of coffee. But it's supposed to make us all a little bit better too. So if you want to pick up ForWellness, I think we both get a discount off if you buy it through my link. So win-win for us, bully for us. But if you drink some coffee, you might want to check this out. I'll put a link to it in the description, Peter Von Panda. Out.